basically how it works out. Psychology is 100%. You're on the money. My thing is, why don't these traders understand that psychology is everything, and they focus on indicators, the price action, charts? I think that's the whole world.
Right, because they're looking for something outside of themselves.
Yes.
Right.
100%. Yeah.
Indicators, all indicators, they can be a crutch. Correct. Really, they should just give you insight to what you already know.
Correct.
So like when I teach the money flow, it's a pattern. I don't need anything. But I always talk about it like being a scope on a rifle.
Correct. It helps you.
It helps you, but you should already know how to shoot.
Correct.
You should already have that vision. They teach you to breathe and to squeeze the trigger and all of the
I like that example.
Right, it's a great example, right?
What happens when people see a red candle on the chart? They don't breathe properly. They start the heart starts racing. They start sweating. They're like, oh my God, oh my God. All they need to do is stop, pause, take a deep breath. Mindset. I always have psychologists come on my live sometimes. Talk about mindset. Yeah?
It's a great idea.
You don't do that?
No, I've never had psychologists on there. I mean, I read a lot and study a lot, and I think it's mindset, psychology is the bedrock. It's the basic building block.
100%. That's what it is. But again, people don't understand that. They don't know themselves.
Right. That's what it is, right? Psychology is knowing yourself.
100%.
One of the things that I talked about, the principle of your lifestyle has to match your strategy.
Yes.
Because that's the way you're thinking. And we were talking about that earlier. As you try to think, you're trying to. If you're a go kind of person, you're probably going to have a hard time doing long-term investing.
Correct. That's what it is. There's some people that can do swing trading. There's some people that can day trade. It's your mindset. Can you handle the pressure? You wake up and you're down $1,000. Can you handle that?
No.
I can't. That's why I don't swing trade. I cannot wake up to see that. With the day trading, I'm in there for 30 minutes. I know what I'm doing. I see it breaks my support levels. I get out. I know my mindset. I know what I can handle as a person. When my crypto's down, it's my crypto. I'm investing for 2 years, right?
Yeah, different mindset, different asset. Right?
100. I like that. Different mindset, different asset.
That should be a shirt.
That should be a shirt. That's your next merch right there.
We were talking about. I was talking with a professor about the idea of the five basic principles of trading. One being your psychology, your mindset. Number two being position sizes.
Yes.
Right. How much money are we playing with? How much are we betting or trading?
And that's what people need to understand, the position size.
Right. And then what market are we trading?
Correct.
Each market's going to have different characteristics.
Yes.
And you need to bring in a different mindset to understand that market.
Yes.
And then the obvious, what's our entry, what's our exit, but that's all strategy, right?
That's correct. It all falls under strategy. Where are you buying your entry? Are you buying a V-line? Are you buying at the support line? Are you buying when it gets above the 9, the 20, the 200? Where are you buying? You have to decide that.
And I've come to believe there's no right or wrong.
Correct.
You could do one way, I do another.
Correct.
Both profitable.
Correct. Correct. Like what were we talking about the 200 today? Your bread and butter.
Right.
Talk about that.
Right.
That is something that a lot of people don't do, but it works.
It works. So one trader would see this as a downtrend.
Yes.
I see it, as a downtrend with an opportunity to catch the pullback in the downtrend, or the rise up.
If people only waited to get into Bitcoin, for example, when it's above the 200 EMA, you've missed out on a massive $15,000 run already.
Right. And that's just mindset.
Correct.
And that's, I was calling it the bread and butter. A lot of that's to help me wrap my mind around what I'm doing. So, I used to use this a lot in my early talks. I would talk about in the beginning, and I know you're in this faith, but in the Bible, first thing God told people to do was to name things.
Gotcha.
Name the animal, name this.
Adam.
That's ownership.
Yes.
So you gotta take ownership. So that's where like the money flow and all these things are just names. It's me trying to take ownership of what I'm doing.
Correct. You have to take ownership when you hit that entry, when you do the buy of that stock.
Right.
You made that. Take ownership of that.
Right there.
If you're buying crypto, how long are you buying crypto for? If you're buying that stock, how long are you buying it for? My thing is, going back to the position sizing, people that trade textbooks go in into that.
Buy position sizing. 1%.
And then, you know what? This is what people don't understand. They're like, oh, the penny stock is cheaper. If it's $1 and it goes up to $2, I'm rich. I'm rich. If it only worked that way, we'd all be goddamn rich. Right? Work up and down. Yes! Yes! penny stock goes from $1 to 50, you lost $50,000.
Yeah, so I try to limit, then get back to psychology, back to mindset. If you know market selection, so as we put all these together, timing, entry, exits, if you understand the market you're trading in, you say, hey, this is a penny stock, I know this is risky, I know this. It's like being an angel investor.
Yes.
You know you're probably going to lose your money.
Yes.
But every 20th one, it goes up 1,000%.
Yes.
And so, we have that problem a lot. I will play penny stocks, but I'll buy
But you'll go light.
$1,000.
Yeah, and that's
for
fine.
$1 million account.
That's fine.
And if it drops 50%, I don't really care. Matter of fact, I keep watching. If it's a good company, I do my strategy. I wait for it to set up. I buy some more.
Yeah.
But that's all the mindset of that. Just knowing that up front. I talk it out loud to myself.
That's a good, yeah.
You do that?
I do that all the time. I'm always talking to myself.
Right. You have to. And so you sit and work that out. What is my entry? Here's another one. Every time I buy a position, or I tell people, because I get DM'd all the time, you probably do too. What should I do with this stock?
Yes.
You should have answered that question when you bought it.
When you hit the entry, before you even hit the entry, you should know.
What's your exit?
Yes.
That's, again, all mindset.
It's all part of a trading journal.
Right.
I literally offer that for free because I'm like, you have to have a trading journal. You have to know where it is the trend. What's the trend? What stage is it on?
Right.
Are you trading a stage 4? Are you out of your mind trading a stage 4?
Right.
It's on a collapse. What are you doing?
Right. I put mine online, petersreport.com. That's what that was. That was my journal.
Yeah.
And I used to, in the old days, I would print off. Every time I took a trade, I'd print it. A lot of newer guys.
And what would you do with it?
I would print it off, and I would take a pencil, circle, and draw my little lines. Mostly because back in the day, we didn't have live charts.
Yeah.
And I've just gotten into that habit now. And
You got to do the homework, the due diligence.
Right. So now, like, if I'm getting in an Uber, I'll post it in my report, and then I'll leave it there. About every couple weeks, I'll come back and put the new chart. I don't do it every day.
Yeah.
And that's just there for me. So when I go back, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yes.
I know what I was thinking. I put it right there.
Correct.
To me, I can't be lying to myself.
Correct. And people go into a false reality when they start trading the market. It's something else is going on in their head, but when they write it down, they're like, Professor, when I write things down, it makes me see things clearer. I'm like, yeah, because your mind plays games with you.
For sure.
And they don't know who to listen to. They don't know who to listen to because they don't even know themselves.
Right.
Their brain tells them, yo, this stock is going to go up this much. Where the hell did you get that? Well, how you hoping all of this is going to happen? What is the chart telling you? What's the reality in front of your face? Well, the Uber report said this. The Facebook, Zuckerberg said this in a meeting. Their earnings, what?
Definitely. There's something what you just said there about doing your own due diligence. Because I get this a lot. What are we doing with this stuff?
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know. What are you doing?
Yes. Yes.
I know what I'm doing. What are you doing?
Correct.
And it's like, you should be researching this.
Yes.
You take the position. And now, here's an idea. Go read up on it.
Yes.
Look at the earnings. If you're doing a longer term approach, if you're swing trading, if you're buying, holding, but if you're day trading, then it's all about volatility.
Correct.
Knowing the personality of the stock, which really is tied in with mindset too, if you think about it. Like if you have a friend that you know is a volatile kind of guy, you get 4 beers in him, he might start fighting.
Yes.
You might not want to take him to a bar.
I love that example. You know what I call penny stocks? A toxic relationship.
Toxic relationship.
That's what I tell my traders. That you're literally in a toxic relationship. If you want to trade, I trade blue chips. My traders know only blue chips. But if you want, think of your most toxic relationship where she was abusive.
that's the penny
That's
stock.
a penny stock.
Right.
That's a straight penny stock is your most toxic relationship, hands down.
Right. That's funny you said that because we've talked about this before. We make up our own words for things.
Yes.
That in the books they have, names for things.
Yeah.
I have one too. I call broken family.
What a penny stock is a broken family?
It could be any stock, but let's say it opens down 10-15%. And you got the gap on the chart.
Yeah.
Well, the moving average is all spread. It's like a broken fan. Like for me, like they're all going. 5's going this way. Everything's spread apart like a fan.
Got you.
Yeah. So I call that a broken family. I'm like, it can't go back up until everybody comes together.
Yes.
We're waiting on those moving ads, so there's no rush.
Correct.
Even if you love that stock, you're like, oh, this is my buy and hold. Good. Wait. Let them come together. They can't go up until they come together.
Correct. When the candles are above all the EMAs,
It's going up.
They're going up. When they're below it, it's going down. It's literally that simple. this. This is how it is. 1 plus 1 is 2. When all the candles are below the 9, the 20, the 200, you're in a risky situation. When they're above it, you're looking much smoother.
You know who I got that concept from? A guy named Brian Shanahan. He wrote a book called Technical Analysis and Multiple Time Frames.
Got you.
So he'd go to the daily, and if price is above all three, say the 5, the 10, the 20, whatever you're using, 3, 9, whatever, then when he goes into his day trading on the 15-minute, 5-minute chart, he's looking to trade in the direction of the daily. And all it is price above those proven averages. Now, I'm looking to day trade to the long side.
Got it.
So he lets this, let's say a stage 4 on a 5-minute or 15-minute, he lets that set up because that's going counter to what the day is.
Yes.
And then that's where he's looking for his breaks. Which is, I guess, common for a lot of day traders, right?
I learned this from my mentor. Everything you said, I didn't know from that book. I learned it from my mentor, Mark Palumbo, who has his own hedge fund.
Okay.
That's why I learned how to trade with the MACD, the RSI, the whole 9 yards. And
so he used those.
He uses them. He taught me.
See, because there's a lot of stuff out there that says, hedge funds and Wall Street, they don't use indicators.
They love VWAP.
Right.
The institution's favorite indicator is VWAP, hands down. So if you're not using it, you're hurting yourself right there. Because if you notice, whenever the stock is above VWAP, you're in great territory.
Right.
And when it's below, you use VWAP, right?
I don't, but I do look at it from time to time.
Oh, why don't you use VWAP? Institutions love VWAP.
Really?
Love VWAP. That's their favorite.
I use the RSI. That's,
MACD, RSI, so my mentor's favorite one is RSI.
I love it. I mean, I'm convinced, like, I follow Kathy Wood's trading closely. Now, they have some factors that affect them, money flows and things where they have to do something they wouldn't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
But if you watch her, whenever that RSI is banging a 70 plus, she's trimming.
Yes.
And whenever it's on the opposite end, she's adding.
Yes.
And it happens so much, she has to be looking at the RSI.
Yeah, it's predictable.
Yeah. It has to be. Especially if your mindset is, this is a long term, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year investment, like say Ethereum, you're buying and holding. What can you do? Of course you're going to buy in the street.
Yes.
Right?
I told the story about one of my students who had unemployment checks coming in. He's like, Professor, I have nothing to do with them. I said, what's your ultimate goal? He's like, for a cryptocurrency. He's like, years. I'm like, bro, put in Ethereum. When it goes into 1,000s, buy as much of your unemployment checks. He's doubled it already. He bought it when it was $1,800.
He's doubled it.
He's doubled it. And I'm begging him, don't sell it.
Yeah,
you can trim it at 4,000 if you're dying.
Right.
But don't sell it. But everyone's mindset, psychology. For me, when I was down on my crypto, I'm not stressed. I know where it's going to be in 2 years. What am I worried about? Ethereum is not a penny stock.
Right.
Doge. If I would have put hundreds of thousands in Doge, I would have a heart attack.
You would have been nervous.
I might have died with a heart attack.
Well, no conviction. You don't have conviction on that.
Exactly.
Conviction is huge. That's one of the huge things that I teach is once I buy in, and I even have some smaller caps, some junior penny stocks. They're like a Solos one. It's an electric car maker. I've just decided I'm going to have conviction on this thing.
Gotcha.
I've read it. I believe in the story.
Yeah.
It might go to zero.
Yeah.
Oh well. But I have conviction.
Correct.
I'm not going to put my entire stake on it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to allocate some money to it. And when the chart's set up, I'll add a little bit.
Correct.
But again, it is risky.
Yes.
So I have to limit my exposure.
But life is risky. What isn't risky in life? Right. There's people that won't get on a plane because they're scared it might go down.
Or it might rain tonight, so they can't come to work.
Exactly. We're having an event tonight. They're not coming because a storm is coming tomorrow. You miss out networking opportunities. You know how many of my traders are millionaires in real estate that are coming, and you meet them and you build connections? One event can change your entire life.
I've had 3
major events.
3 people. If I wouldn't have met them, I mean, maybe it would have worked out.
How did it change you?
One was on a piece of paper and a pencil, breaking down how to buy real estate. Got it. I mean, just simple. But I'd never heard of it.
No.
Put 20% down, fix it up, work on it. Like, no one had ever just broke it down.
We don't teach it in
buy
schools.
10 of them, you're a millionaire. I'm like, it can't be that. He's like, no, buy 10 of them, you're a millionaire.
No.
And back to mindset, I had to go read and get my mind around this, meet people who had done it, and use their, and they have belief in that, right? Courage, and say, damn, I'll do that. So COVID happens.
Yeah.
You would not believe the number of DMs and texts I got. Do you really think I should buy real estate now?
Of course.
Right? They literally let that event keep them out of the market.
Yes.
What if they don't pay rent? What?
Yes.
You think for the rest of humanity, nobody's going to pay rent? Come on, man.
What's that famous saying? Buy when there's blood on the streets?
Right. But I guarantee you, they would agree with us. What you just said, they'd be like, yeah, I agree with that. And then when it happens,
Psychology.
it's too scary.
They're scared because Mr. Peters, I break it all down into one thing. They don't have the understanding, the knowledge to go for it.
I think that's what it is.
I think I'm an educator, a professor, 2 teaching degrees on this subject.
Right.
If you don't have the information enough, for example, we were eating in a restaurant in Brooklyn, right? And I mentioned that I have a free crypto course, link in my bio. I don't believe in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, he said that, right?
I literally said free crypto course. It's free. I don't want anything from you. Yeah. I'm like, I bought my $23,000 electric motorcycle with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like literally from it. I didn't do anything. It went up to 65. I'm like, oh, it's too high. Let me take 25 out.
Right.
So if people don't have the knowledge, they can't excel at anything.
And what made you think it was too high?
It ran up too fast. Yeah. Ran up too fast. It was overextended.
All the RSI I try to tell people, it doesn't mean it's too, it's gone too. It's just it's gone too far too fast.
That's what I'm saying.
It measured in a 14-day period. It doesn't mean it won't keep going.
Yeah.
It just means right now it went too far too fast.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And I wanted the motorcycle. I'm like, you know what? It's time to take a little bit off. And people say, you're crazy. It's going to go to 100,000. What are you, stupid?
Like, yeah,
and I'm like, okay, cool. No, I always say that. I'm like, whatever you say, you're right. I live reality in my world, and I teach. That's all I do. If I want that decision, I made the decision, and it worked out. Fantastic. I'm driving a bike that Bitcoin bought for me.
Right, and then it went down.
And it went down.
Did you buy some more? Did you buy any
I
more?
bought Ethereum.
You went Ethereum.
I went full into Ethereum.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, but going back to it, it is knowledge. It is information, because 2 of my top students from my seminar, they work for a crypto hedge fund. They stopped their jobs that they hated so much, moved their entire family to Tampa to work at a crypto hedge fund. From what I taught them at the seminar, once they got the knowledge, what happened next? It opened the door to, oh my God, I can make X amount trading. It's 24/7. I wouldn't trade crypto because I'm scared, but not scared, wrong word. I like my peace of mind when the market closes at 4. I like that I can shut this off and I'm done. With crypto, it's mindset, because that's my mindset. My students went to a whole nother level where they're now non-stop. God bless them.
Right.
Not for me.
Not for me.
Because going back,
and you're both in the same market, both love the same thing. You're just doing it a little different.
Correct. For me, I can't wake up. If I take a nap and I wake up and crypto's down, I'm like, oh, mother of God. I don't want to look at the charts. Being the professor, I know you're busy. Yeah, I'm busy. I need a break from the charts to do my professor stuff.
But that's what led me to swing trade and what I call position trades, where I trade around positions.
Your real estate.
I had 15, 16 houses I'm working on, I'm managing, but I love trading.
Yes.
So it's like, I don't want to give that up.
Yes.
And it's like, well, can you trade and be a lawyer, or trade and do? Of course you can, but you're not going to be day trading.
Yes.
You can't. If you try day trading while doing a career, you're going to probably be bad at your job.
Yes.
And a half-assed day trader.
Yes.
Because you can't commit.
Correct. I had a student come to me, a wife and a husband, and I always ask them, what do you do for a living? Tell me the story. And they're like, we're so busy with the kids, this, that. I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't do this. Right. I'm not trying to get your money. Don't do this. It's not good. One of the reasons I'm so successful, no wife, no kids, just me. I dove into the charts. I was breathing charts. I was eating the charts. Charts was my life. I had to figure this out. That's what led me here, because I have the opportunity to dedicate 100% of my energy into the charts. That's it. If you don't have that, it's not happening.
And that's really the key to everything.
Yes.
So you want to be a great piano player, you don't play the trumpet. That seems so obvious, right? But dudes do that. They're
it's obvious, but they don't know this.
Right. They're doing a little of this, a little of that.
I wonder why Jordan went from basketball to baseball, and he sucks.
Right. You can't be a master of everything.
Yes.
Unless you're a rare person, you just can't do it.
100%.
And it takes time to master.
Yes. Like another one of my traders, he has the kids running around while the wife works. He's a stay-at-home dad, and the kids, I'm like, don't trade. Stop. If your kids are running around while you're taking thousands of dollars trades in the market, it's not working out.
Because you're going to be yelling at the kids.
Yes.
You're focused on the monitor. Now you're a bad dad and a bad day trader. Right? Like, that's all that's going to happen. I did that. For years, I mean, trying to do that.
Yeah.
And then I'd be stressed out, and I got to go work on a house, and I have kids.
Yes.
I'm rushing.
Yes.
And everything is out of whack. My mindset is out of whack.
Back to the mindset. That's exactly what people don't understand. If you don't have the conviction, 100% into swing trading, position, crypto, stock, whatever it is,
Right.
if it's not 100, don't do it.
Right. So when I got those DMs from people about COVID, should I buy a rental car? It never occurred to me that I'd stop being a landlord, or that I would sell them or not buy more. That never even entered my brain. Because of 100% conviction that this works.
You know real estate works. It's
Right.
works since the dawn of time.
Dawn of time. And so it's like, no, I don't believe this momentary problem is going to end this 5,000-year-old process.
Correct.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think, like you were talking about crypto, we have to decide if you can't, like that guy you talked to, he said, I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
And he's right.
And I let it
It
go
ain't
and
gonna
walked
work for
away.
him.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Recruiting? I mean, we're going to hold him down.
We're not an MLM.
We're like, you're going to do crypto. Like, no. The moment he said, I don't have any interest in it, he wouldn't be good at it anyway.
Yes.
The moment it went down, he'd sell it.
Yes. That's it right there. You said it many times, but that's how important it is. If you don't believe in it, the minute you see a red candle, and we talked about this when you came on my live show, where people are like, GP, I see a red candle, I'm going to sell my crypto. What? One red candle and you already want to sell your crypto? No. You're out of your mind. You'll never be rich that way. You'll never be rich that way.
Definitely.
If a little risk scares you, it's over.
So, as a day trader, if you have a guy who's a successful day trader, what does he do with the profits?
Keep reinvesting it.
So,
Keep reinvesting it.
Should he put it into long-term investments?
Well, if you have extra, that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did. I took a portion of it and put it into Ethereum.
Yes.
Now, only money that I get from one-on-one seminars goes into Ethereum. The rest keeps reinvesting. It just keeps going back to make the pool bigger and bigger and bigger, because I don't need that money.
And it also protects you.
How so?
Say the market's changed.
Yes.
You start trading bad. You have a bad run.
Yes.
You have this money set aside.
Exactly.
You're in the game forever.
Exactly.
If you've got $1 million in long-term investments, you can day trade forever.
Yes.
You can have bad month, bad week. It ain't that big a deal.
And also, when you know the whole market's red, forget shorting. But if I'm not shorting, I don't see red.
Right.
I see nothing.
Right,
It's
right.
empty.
Yeah. there's no
My
trade.
my positions are closed before 4 p.m. Well, I'm done trading by 11:45, but it's closed.
What you just said there is something I see a lot. Just people will come into my group and then they say, hey, you didn't send anything today. There's nothing to do today.
Exactly.
Might be 3 days.
Yes.
I'm just waiting.
Yes.
The moment my thing sets up, I'll do it. Now, we can lower the time frame, and all of a sudden now I'm not doing the trading that I do. I'm doing the trading someone else does.
Yeah.
And I don't do that all day, so now I'm not going to be good at it. And I'm trying to make something happen that wasn't there.
Correct. And that's how you fail miserably,
Right.
to force the trade. And this goes into something I call the employee mindset, not the abundance mindset. You have an employee mindset where you have your check that comes in and the boss comes to you and said, listen, here's some extra overtime, some extra money right here. You're going to take that, of course. Same thing with trading. You think that you have to take a trade to make the money. That's not how it works.
It's being an entrepreneur.
Correct.
Waiting for opportunity.
Yes. For those that don't short, because I have a lot of members that don't short, because I tell them.
I don't short. I mean, I do sometimes, but I don't do it a lot. I'm waiting for the right short for me.
What do you mean?
Like I like to short the indexes.
Got you. Which one?
Not so much individual stocks. So like say I see the Qs rolling over, I'll put on as a hedge against the portfolio, I'll put on some shorts.
Got you.
And I fully anticipate probably not winning money. Like, in an ideal world, it'll come a little bit, and then we go back to the highs, and I get stopped out.
So I know that you go from stage 1 as it breaks to a stage 2, you take that.
Right.
So you don't take the collapse into a stage 4?
Not on individual stocks.
What? Is there a reason why?
I teach it just because of my lifestyle and what I do.
Got you.
And I got 50-something positions.
Got it.
Most of my trading is position trading. And I'm looking. I try to figure out what is true value of the stock. So like Uber,
Yes.
in my opinion, is worth $68.
Gotcha. It's 30 something, right? 50% off right now.
That's my target.
Yeah.
So when it goes down, I don't buy it. If it's dropping, there's no buy there. Then it stops, goes sideways. So my target, it may take 2 years.
Yeah.
If your mindset can't get around that
Yeah.
and see this, it's going to do this.
Yes.
then you can't do that.
Correct. It's funny that you said that because that's consolidation.
Right.
And a lot of these traders can't handle consolidation.
So let's say you wanted to short, you could buy a put and hold the position.
Yes.
You could add layers to this.
Yes.
Let's say that my strategy, like I like that strategy, but man, it kills me when it goes down. Buy some puts.
Yeah.
Or have two accounts.
Correct.
Short it one, hold it the other.
100%.
You could do that. That's a possibility. Which is, it doesn't faze me. But that's, again, all mindset. It's all been planned out. Now, swing trade, I'm out.
Gotcha.
It rolled over. We're done. This ain't working. We're out.
That's it.
No conviction.
Yes.
This was a purely technical trade. I don't have enough knowledge of the company. I don't use the product. There's no conviction here. I'm out. Like, get out of the trade. It's gone against us.
Correct.
I started a new, not to say new, but now I've started downsizing the trade the same way that I unsized it. So as I bought a little, it confirmed my direction. I bought a little more, it confirmed, it breaks out, I buy some more.
Yes.
So what I've started doing when it hits that stage 3, I start taking it off. As it starts to break down, I've been scaling out.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get that total breakdown, I'm taking off that last little bit. So
that's the
scale it
beautiful
out.
thing.
Right. And that obviously perfect world, but when it works perfect, it's great.